guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Joshua and I do videos on travel abroad. So if it's your dream to travel abroad, then you are the right channel. Pause, like this video, comment, share to other people who you know they also have the dream to travel, and what, subscribe to this channel so that anytime I upload a video, you'll be the first person to be notified. Today I'll be talking about questions F1 students should expect when they go for their interview. Currently, I'm training students every year. I've been doing this for like the past 3 years. I'm currently training students for their F1 visa interview at the US Embassy in Ghana. So I'm doing this video because of the practicality or the practical experience I've helped, and I've helped assist a lot of students in such manner. So that's why I'm doing this video, to help more students, whether they are my clients or not. You need this video and to prepare yourself for your F1 visa interview. One thing that I tell my students are that whatever you want to achieve in life, someone has achieved before. So what are you supposed to do to get to that person that has achieved? A lot of people have gone through this F1 student interview and their visas have been granted. So the program you're going to do in the US, whether it's a master's in MBA or master's in business administration, someone has gone through that process and has been granted a visa. So what are you supposed to do? And thank God that there's transcripts of what several interviews of people who did that program that you are about to study in the US. There are transcripts all over. So if you don't have access to these transcripts, you can contact me. I'm going to assist you in such a manner to share people who have traveled or their visas have been approved with the programs you are about to go to study in the US. Whatever you want to achieve in life, people have achieved it. So just make sure you go through their channel, what they did to also make you a success in your dream. So the first question to expect when you go for your F1 visa interview is, how did you hear about this university that you're going to study? The reality is that the embassy or the visa officer want to know the whole journey you took to apply to that school. You got admission, you went to pay visa fee, you pay your which is the MRV fee, you went ahead to pay your service fee, you did a visa application, you went to you sometimes dates you need to hand to get dates. It becomes very tough, so you need to hand to get date. So all the journey you went through, the process you went through to get to the interview, that is what you're going to narrate that story to the visa officer for them to grant you your visa. So the first question they ask, how did you hear about this university? So you yourself, you know how you heard about the university. That I do. So for example, you heard the university from a brother or a friend who is currently studying in the US, or a professor back in your school, or the professor, your academic supervisor you did your research work with. She or him or her introduced that particular university to you. So you went ahead and did your research on Google. You went to the school's website to do your research, and you found out that the program you are interested in, you had it. And that's it. Simple answer. So sometimes but you need to train yourself on the mock interview and to build your confidence level so that when you get to the interview, you can speak articulately and very boldly. That's very important, because I know people who had good offer and nice programs, but they go to the interview and they were denied. I had one client who had full scholarship and was denied because he didn't know the right thing to do. That's why we as a travel agent, we come in and assist you in such a manner. So if it's your first time and you don't know the process, contact us to assist you in such a manner. So mostly the second question to expect when you go for your F1 visa interview is, why did you choose this program? If you want to study master's or undergraduate, whatever program you're going to do, whether it's biology, whether it's a STEM program or non-STEM, what is motivating you, or why did you choose that program? So with this question, you need to know let's say probably you did an undergraduate in a particular course and you are trying to do a master's in that particular program. So you did a program, you did your undergraduate research. What was your research aiming to solve? Every research aimed to solve a particular problem. So the research that you did during your undergraduate level, what did it target to solve? So when you're done with school, what institution are you currently working, and what problem are you solving in that institution? So if you're able to know this, it will help you to answer why did you choose that program. Probably you chose that program to get in-depth knowledge about your field of study. You did a degree, you want to further to gain in-depth more knowledge in that field, to come to your country to solve this particular problem that you have identified. So that's it. It's very simple. And the third question to expect is, why did you choose this university? Why did you choose university? Probably you chose that university for a particular reason. One, you chose that university because maybe it's the best college in your program that you're going to do. It's the best department in the program you're going to do. The school gave you a scholarship of this amount. Number three, there's a professor in that school that you are going to work with. That can be another reason why you chose that school. There are several reasons why people choose a particular, because mostly as an NF1 student, you're supposed to apply at least 4 schools. So out of the 4 schools, you chose that particular school because of this and that reason. That is why you chose that particular school. You get it? So when you go for the interview and ask you such a question, these are the 3 things you need to break down for visa officer to know why you chose that school. Now, the 4th question they're going to ask you is that, how many schools did you apply in all? As I said earlier, you tell them the 4 schools you applied, or if you're 3 schools, you tell them it's 3. If it's 2 schools, you tell them it's 2. If it's just 1 that you applied and you think you're very confident that you're going to get admission, tell them it's 1. And you chose that school because of the school was giving you that. But if you mention all the 4 schools, you need to explain to the visa officer why you chose that particular school, which will come back to the same question like why you chose that university. You need to explain. And sometimes they ask you your what? Tell them about your study plan, which is the 5th question. Tell me about your study plan. You need to go to your school's department to know your program curriculum. You got to know your program curriculum. It's summer and the weather is very hot. That's why I'm sweating. Sorry for that. You need to go to your department's website to know the program curriculum or the course curriculum that you're going to do. It's a master's program. We have 4 semesters in the master's program. So with the 4 semesters, each semester, what program or what courses are you going to do in each semester? And the total, the number of, you need to know or mention some of the courses you're going to do each semester, as well as the kind of research you're going to do. And probably you can tell them the professor you're going to work with and the topic you're going to be researching about. Especially with PhD students, you need to tell them about it, especially when your program is a research program. You need to tell the visa officer about that, which sum up to your study plan. And the next question is that, especially when you don't have good scholarship, they're going to ask you who is sponsoring or going to take care of your deficit. Who is your sponsor, or who is taking care of your deficit? Mostly it's advisable, your parents are the one who brought you on earth and they are the sole responsibility to take care of you. So it's advisable to go to the interview and tell the visa, either your mommy or your daddy is sponsoring you, or probably your siblings is sponsoring. Right now, the visa officers are tired of saying my uncle, my auntie, my uncle. They are really tired of that. I remember when I was at the embassy and one lady came to me and she told me that after her interview that she was denied. And the visa officer called her and asked her, who is your sponsor? And he said, my uncle. And the visa officer said, no, I'm sorry, I can't issue a visa. But probably if the visa officer knew that her father was sponsoring her, she might have her visa approved. But because she told his uncle, because everyone goes there with the uncle. So they are sick and tired of that story. So make sure your father is assisting, or your mother or a very close relative is assisting you in such a manner, or even a stepfather or a stepmom is assisting you. You understand? So, and if you're explaining, you need to tell them what your sponsor does, the business they do to make that money that you think they're going to sponsor you. You need to explain to them and why you think they are in the capacity to sponsor you. What have you done? Oh, probably they they were the ones who sponsored you in undergraduate or high school, so they are in the full capacity to sponsor you in your degree or your master's degree program in the US. You need to speak the name of your sponsor, the business they do to make that huge amount of money in that statement you took to them, and number 3, why you think they will sponsor you. So you need to put all these things together to answer why or that particular person is sponsoring you. And the 6th question they normally ask, what are your plans after school? What are your plans after school? Mostly people, you need to go straight to the point and tell them your plan, that you think once you are done with that program, you're coming back to your country, to home country, to solve a particular problem. So if you are, after you are done with your education, you are coming back to your country to solve this and that, or get a higher position of wherever you were, because you were with a master's degree, or you were with your degree, you were with this position. So once you go to further your education and get an in-depth knowledge, you come back to your country to hold a better or higher position in your, or probably those who are also into education, you can come and be a lecturer at your former university to teach there. Yeah, so why probably you can come back to start a community project. Mostly they are very, very particular about community projects, or you want to come back and start a community project in that field. And sometimes they ask you whether you have a travel experience. If it's yes, you tell them, yo, so I've traveled to this country, that country on this purpose, to visit a family. Or if you're married, you ask, are you married? You can ask them, oh, I'm married, or probably I'm traveling alone. Though I'm married, my wife will be back with the kids to take care of the kids. I'll be traveling. Or if you're traveling with your wife, you can tell them you're traveling with your wife and kids as well. And they ask you whether you have a child. If you have a child, I have a child, I have a single child, or you don't have a child, tell them that you don't have a child. These are yes or no questions. So have you traveled before? Yes. You give them the where you went. If you don't have any travel experience, no. Don't be saying no, please. They don't like using please. That please, Ghanaians or people are very particular about please. They don't care about please. Please doesn't mean that you respect. So if you are asking those questions, just answer yes or no. And if it's a yes, you give a reason why yes. Have you traveled before? Yes. You go ahead and explain to them why, or the places you travel to and the purpose of that travel. And that's it. You are done with the interview. So I'm ending this video today. If this is your first time, like, comment, subscribe. Share this video to anyone who is attending their interview anytime soon. Thank you. Bye.